Hello, so here's a quick tutorial on how to make digitized sprites. Excuse my voice, I'm a little sick. So, quick explanation, digitized sprites are often used in older games like Donkey Kong Country or Mortal Kombat. They were 3D models that were rendered in 2D. Uh, yeah, basically 3D models converted into a sprite sheet. Uh, they look pretty good for its time. They actually look amazing and gave a lot of detail too, with all the benefits of performance. So I'm going to be making a quick example of how to do this with a falling coin animation. So we're just going to make a really simple low poly coin, and we'll just work on that for a little bit. So this is a coin now. We're going to texture it. I usually like to use vertex colors for these type of things because I don't want to spend too much time texturing things. Just because it's all, you're not going to be really seeing all the details when it goes to into a low resolution. So I prefer to use vertex colors just for the simplicity's sake. And for texturing, you can use a add-on called Vertex Color Master. It uses vertex colors to make all your vertex painting much more simple, I guess. And I like to go into flat lighting and attribute shading just to give me a better idea of flat lighting on what I'm doing most of the time. So it's a little too dark for me right now. I'd like this to be a little bit lighter. Okay. And then I'd like to give it a little bit of some edge highlights. So I'm going to take both. Actually, first I need to apply scale. Crap. Alright, I'm going to bevel these two edges here. And then once we have those selected, I'm going to select both of these edges on the corner there. Go into vertex paint mode and select vertex selection, and then give it some highlight. That looks not too nice, probably too much. That looks a little better. And the same goes for these two. I'm going to some vertices and then darken it. Alright, there you go. So here's a simple coin, and we're going to try and render this now. So before you do anything, you want to go into render, film, and activate transparency. And then you want to set your filter size all the way to the minimum amount. This makes it so that it has no anti-aliasing. So I'm going to do a quick example here. I'm going to undo that and render. Oh wait, before we do that, depending on your resolution for your game, I'm just going to make a simple adjustment. Let's say 50 pixels is our resolution size. So let's see. We're going to render this. See how it's all blurry and the edges are soft. We want to set the pixel or the filter size to 0 so that we will not have any hard edges. Alright, next we want to have change our lighting. I like to have flat lighting in most of these just because there's more consistency. We want to go into shading as well and apply our color attribute into the emission node just so that, and set it to 1. And then we should have pretty flat shading in our render view. If the color looks off, you might want to go to your color management and set it to standard. And now when we render this, we have a coin that looks pretty good, at least for pixel art. And now we're going to have to animate this. So give me 1 second and I'll go and animate this. Alright, so I have a quick animation here. I animated the coin, 30 frames. It's just going to be falling and bouncing around a little bit. I'm not the greatest animator, but for low resolution pixel art stuff, this will do just fine. So I'm going to play it. So now this doesn't look like anything, but when we go into view animation, we can actually see it looks pretty promising. So yeah, this is really cool. So when we want to export our animation, we want to, press on render animation, and it'll output all of our frames into our folder. Make sure you have RGBA enabled, which is alpha transparency, and then you'll find all your images in this folder. Alright, so now we're in Krita. We're going to use the same output resolution that we used in Blender, which is 50 pixels by 50 pixels, or whichever one that you're currently using for your pixel art, and we're going to create. We're going to go into the animation workspace, and we're going to import animation frames. And you will find the folder with all your rendered images right here, as I said earlier. So let's select and import. Alright, we're going to delete every other layer. We don't need those. We're just going to want the animation layer. And we're going to play. There's our coin animation. Now if you want to get really crazy, we can add layer styles to this. And what I usually like to do is I like to add a stroke modifier. And what's really cool about this is that Krita actually applies these to each frame, so you don't actually have to manually hand draw these. So I'm going to apply the stroke modifier, blend mode to normal, opacity to 100%, and color, whatever color you want. Black is usually the norm. And we're going to press play, and here we go. Now we have the falling coin. It doesn't show up in render for some reason sometimes. Let's see. There you go. Crit is still a little glitchy. So there's your coin. And now another effect, if you want to go really crazy, you can add a filter layer. And with this, you can palletize, and palletize is basically to get that old school pixel art effect. So I'm going to add a palette. Let's see, 32-bit. All right, select that. Did I select that? Yes, I did. And then we're going to dither, and we got that. Now we have a little bit of noise here. You can add these with other larger pixel arts to give it that dithering effect. But for me, I'm just gonna remove this for now. And now you're gonna want to convert this to a sprite sheet. And how do you do that? Well, there is a super secret special script online that you can find right now on Google. Type in Krita sprite sheet script. It's in GitHub, and you will find this, and you can download this, and you will import it into your Krita under Tools, Scripts, and import Python plugin from File. And once you get that, you will get a custom script called Export as Sprite Sheet. And once we get that, we're going to export it. We're going to call it coin falling. Let's choose a directory. I'm going to do pictures, select folder, coin falling. And once we got that, we're going to go into pictures, and now we have a sprite sheet. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope this is helpful. And let me know if you need anything else in the future. Thanks for watching.